Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing look at the World Ablaze mod for Hearts of Iron 4. And hey, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. And of course, everyone, hopefully I'm earning you licking that like button. It's very tasty, so give it a good lick. See if you like that. And add you to him. There we go. Building up some cores here. For the future coming of the war. And for, we're behind schedule for this, time-wise, but so let's continue. Now, I would require Pact of Steel to get Anschluss to keep Italy from freaking out. But what other... Well, let's see. We just recently completed a Reichsbond, which really helped our economy from going too bad here. Okay, they want a Deutsches Arbeitsfront before doing this. This is the German Labor Front. Gain base stability. It's reducing base stability. Don't know why. KDF organization. That gets us a lot of base stability. IG Farben. We don't really need steel mills at the moment, so let's do this. Okay, so we pushed into here. That's planes. These guys are all messed up, so let's charge into there. There we go. But now, oh good. They made I was about ready to turn around and back out. Let's attack back this way. It's as much about just disrupting the enemy as it is about taking territory. Okay, they're coming that way, and we're going to defend here for the moment. Good. And you're going to push there, so we're going to push up to here. Take this factory away from the Republicans. And cut these two divisions off. Okay, we are continuing. We're adding fuel silos because we've stockpiled all the fuel we can do. We are continuing to add to convoys. I know. Oh, right. Well, we do want more fuel silos. But I am worried about things like building enough panzers. So... let's throw in a couple of more factories, get Alcat and others building back in Berlin. Okay, Panzer IIIs are researched. I think this is gifted with taking Czechoslovakia, so I'm going to stay away from that. but I'm not sure. Somebody knows, either now or later. You should type it. Let me know. I'd like to know. Yeah, I guess we'll do the reconnaissance aircraft. If I don't, probably wish I did some other time. Okay, well that didn't last very long, and we now have events or decisions timing out. Okay, let's get ahead of the English with that. Oh, what we want to do here is come over here and send an attaché. They will accept. Good. Now I want to do it for two reasons. One, yes, it does help with the game, but mostly, quite honestly, I want to do it so that I could show you guys while playing the current situation better in Asia. You get, yeah, I figured. Thank you, Lone Wanderer. Yes, I presume so. So we'll not waste time on that. The AI just cannot be made to understand reserves. I don't know. That's part of the problem. They send too much stuff to the front. Okay, so we're gonna skip doing that. Okay, well this is almost done. I know over here combined arms, anti-tank infantry, mechanized bonus research, army. Oh, here, yeah, okay. Has research. Okay, so this actually formation of the Panzerwaffe. They want me to do the 251. So let's do the 251. The Sonderkraftwagen. There we go. Send 2 divisions to Japan before they close the sea lanes. Ooh, that may be an idea. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but now if you're talking about as a expeditionary force, I know that gets returned once the war starts, once you go to war. So I don't know about sending it off to the war. Now, if you're just talking once you get in the same faction and can just stand there normally, that's a different matter. Okay. Okay, this doesn't hurt. Expand the KDF. More base stability has completed more than, okay, so we got to wait 70 days after completing that. All right. Invest in IG Farben. Return them back yourself. Yeah, okay. Research gain. Because this is the one I'm really sort of waiting on. Well, well, one thing I need to do is update the let's do invest in Gemma. Okay, but one thing I'm remembering now that, well, maybe I already did it now. here we have a new class of the Type 9A. So what I want to do with this is hit the plus symbol, so once it's done, and once this is done here, so we're going to hit the plus symbol, we will switch over to from Type 7s to Type 9s. Yeah, aeronautic wouldn't have been a bad option. One of the things I'm looking at here is this is coming here and then this. So if we could push through some of this, and computing a little bit faster would be nice. So that's sort of what I'm timing that for. Aeronautic will be hitting a bunch more, well, soon there. Yeah, not bad. So yeah, we'll see about doing that. Okay, Aragon declared war on Spain. Okay, so anarchist uprising in the Spanish Civil War. So this is a pathetic situation here. Of course, yeah, let's join this now. Then go back and hopefully scoop up that little bit of territory. Ah, yes, okay. Where is the Type 9? Hey, let's do that. And yes, we now have Panzer IVs and Panzer IIIs, early models. That is probably where our next factories are going to go to start production lines there. I hope I'm producing enough Panzer IIs. You were saying light Panzers 1200. So, no, this is what I want to look at here. Now, we don't have 1200 extra light Panzers, though we do have, what is it, 3 divisions right now, because I lost a division. Yes, I know. It was a bad generalship of my doing. Yeah, no locations. So we're going to put that over there. Just get it near our Panzer divisions. Decisions, internal factions. Yes. Okay. How is our economy? Right now we're back to 58%. Well, good. Which you can see all the negative elements. I disagree with this. I don't disagree with it over time. You know, eventually he's right that what they're doing has negative effects, but I see the German economy doing much better at this time. Now that's how I see it. Now that doesn't mean I'm correct, and Uncharted is wrong, but just my, you know, civilian factory speed negative 58%. That, you know, I know I'm not building any civilian factories right now, but still that seems. Now mentioning that, railway construction speed, civilian factory speed. Now, probably when I get more political power, it's probably time to put Goering in charge. This civilian factory removal here really pisses me off. I know they're calling it industry vampire, but I would remove that. I need to see good, solid evidence that just a 15% military factory construction speed is somehow worth every 4 months losing a civilian factory. That's what Goring was doing. I just don't get it. Creation of the Panzer Corps? Yeah, we can see about getting to that. Okay, like I said, submarines for our Navy here. Okay. There we go. So we've got 2 production lines going with submarines now, 1 production line of destroyers, and a production line of convoys. So the 11th. So yeah, so we're doing pretty good with getting convoys out there. Mike suggests rotating as many units through Spain to give them the experience before you go to war. Okay, we could do that. Okay, what? Okay, so you're talking about decisions, internal. Factors here? Or are you talking about national focuses? I'm not seeing. Oh, here, creation of Panzer Corps here. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see what you're talking about here. Okay. Okay, so we have a mix of things. Thank you, Lone Warrior. Thank you. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to achieve this, but good to know about it. Well, I guess just recall the failed means reserves here. Yeah. How do I recall? I don't know that I've ever recalled a volunteer corps. I don't know how to do this unless somebody recall volunteers. Oh, okay. Is there a like I said, I don't know that I've ever done it. I mean, I've played this game a hell of a lot, but I don't know that I've ever done this. Send back. I may be here and I'm just not. Oh, here up top. Most I was up top and I was down in the bottom. Okay, now what we're going to do here is we're going to create another Panzer Corps of the single division. And let's look at our options here. We had been, of course, running Guderian, which is a very good choice. Historically, it was von Thoma who was the main commander there, but let's thinking about Rommel, because I'm seeing Rommel at 2. Why would you make Rommel 2? I know he has all these great traits. Okay, Corps commander, brilliant strategist, politically connected. He was, at this time, approximately, he was, like I say, approximately at this time, he was in charge of the army's bodyguard unit for Hitler. So he was hanging out with Hitler at approximately this time. Don't hold me to these exact dates. But, you know, he's written and published his book. Infantry Attacks. I've read it 3 or 4 times. Great book. Highly recommend it to anybody just wants to understand Rommel, wants to understand World War II, wants to understand World War I, or anybody who really wants to understand small unit infantry tactics, including the modern world. I know it's World War I, but still, it's a very, very good book. Read it if you're at all interested in these topics. So, but like right now, he's now. Of course, there's also the SS bodyguard element for Hitler too, but there was also an army element. Flexible tactician, fine armored officer, new blood. Well, I don't know. You know, I see what it means here. You know, leader gain experience fast, but he was a World War I war hero, definitely. Infantry leader, yes. Trickster, okay. Now, before we decide that, I'm going to come over here and I want to look at Dietl. Where is Dietl here? He's in here somewhere with the hatch marks because okay. See, Dietl, politically connected, media personality, flexible tactician, new blood, mountaineer. Again, people. Rommel should have mountaineer. Rommel was in the Bavarian army, which is sort of a sub-army, if you will, of it was one of the armies of Imperial Germany. There was also the Prussian army. There was the Bavarian army. Rommel was a member of the Bavarian army. Rommel commands, I don't remember exactly the infantry unit that he's commanding early on. Early in the war, he eventually gets wounded, but he's out operating on the invasion of Belgium and France and whatnot, gets wounded. After that, he is put in a more mountain command unit situation and sent to fight against, or in the Romanian front, alongside the Austrians, but in a German unit in the mountains. Mountain expert, and if you read Infantry Attacks, you learn all this. And then he comes over and fights on the against the Italians, and I forget the mountain but it's the highest peak around here. He gets the Blue Max, the Pour le Mérite, for taking the highest award for summiting and taking the summit. A little bit of controversy over that. So he is a mountain unit commander. He would have made an excellent mountain unit commander in World War World War II, and he fully got that qualification in World War I. So I know it may seem to be making Rommel out to be a super leader here, but he should also be a mountain unit commander. Now, of course, he was a supreme, mobile warfare, armored warfare unit guy, and the only reason most historians agree about this is that he gets the 7th Panzer Division, which is Panzer Division equipped with Czechoslovakian tanks, is because he's been, whispering or talking to Adolf Hitler about armored warfare and getting best buddies with Hitler in armored warfare. And so it's sort of Hitler's influence that gets him into the armored warfare business, as it were, in time for, Fall Gelb and going after France, and does excellent there. But he is not someone coming up through von Kleist's, because he's the one that's basically running, where's von Kleist is in here somewhere, is right here. He's running the sort of armored warfare development with Guderian as sort of the guy who is actually sort of coming up with all of this stuff. What's the purpose of sending units to Japan to get stronger ties, more experience, XP, just train units? Yeah, you can also put the Chinese a bit 2 for the Japanese. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna send Rommel, but he should have. Well, we'll come over here and let's grab. But so that's obviously going to Spain is not historically what happened. Like I say, he was. Talking to Hitler a lot, but he, in my opinion, he would not have been granted a sort of do a tan, I don't know, maybe, yeah, like that, tan for the desert, granted an armored division had it not been for Hitler's influence. Losing once every 4 months, slow, haven't tried this mod in a while. Hello. So very, how you doing? Why didn't I see that over on, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Oh yes, I wasn't paying attention at that time. Okay, yes. Yeah, so one for having Goering. Now again, here, Walter Funk, or in English, Walter Radio, he is really just Goering's puppet. So these two, in my mind, sort of represent the same thing. How many... In a year, three a year. So in 1 year, we'll lose this. Now that'll be getting 30. Yeah. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm probably not going to send somebody off to Japan. I'm just going to leave that to Japan situation. Okay, so we could do the Bloomberg-Fritsch affairs, which grants political power gain, division, organization. That removes advisor Fritsch there. But it allows formation of the OKW and pushes down these things. So this is something of a negativity element here. Okay. But we still can't do Anschluss. Let's do 14 days of that. Now, can I, well, yes, let's see, we're going to send Erwin Rommel. Oh, okay, since the division still isn't back yet, we can't send another one yet. Okay, even though he's already left. Hasn't arrived home yet. Okay, they've returned. Okay, well now we can start researching down here. Okay, good. Do we want to wait? Oh, we could do this now. So that'll improve our... Yeah, we're going to go down the German path here. Just to play sort of historically. Okay. Experienced troops here. Like so, experience level matters. You can see experience level 16 regular gives 25% modifier to combat. So what you can do here is well, no. Is select him basically. Select all these guys. Hit this cog wheel here, and you'll see these units start to train. Now this unit is trained, so it. Okay, pause. I'll explain what's going on. See, this is a recruit division, so this is negative 50% modifier in combat. This is green, 10%. These guys are regulars. These guys are well trained, are whatever. So now what this does, the negative element of this, is it will cost equipment. It will burn through equipment. So I don't particularly like this because this was implemented in a time which we still don't really have. We don't have supply. We have supply effects. We now have fuel back in the game. Originally, we didn't have fuel. We have fuel in the game, but we don't have supply in the game. So supply, is sort of a nebulous term, which does, to a point, look at food. But really, we could say, yeah, supply is, replacement boots, replacement whatever. But supply really is munitions in a way. So you're burning up your artillery pieces here. So it's the idea of when you build this artillery piece, there's 36 of them here. When you build this artillery piece, you also build a lifetime's worth of ammunition for it. Now, of course, that's ridiculous, but that's the way the game is set up. So you don't want to, so if, it's just ridiculous. Now, you can only get the unit or the units up to like whatever regular or fully trained or whatever. I forget the details. Sorry guys, I don't always pay attention to all the details. But being combat veteran status improves things beyond that. And of course, the only way you can get combat veteran status is to have them in combat. So yeah, and Lone Warrior at 26 plus 50%. So it does matter. It does help. I just don't overly focus on it maybe as much as maybe I should. Let's see, it was maybe Great War, Air Doctrine Reduction. Oh, that would be good. 21 days. Efficiency, aeronautical, long range escorts. But that would help with that. Okay. I'm looking to see if there's anything here that's really going to help my economy. Reduce some of those nasty effects. That would. Auxiliary Autobahn. But they also talk about getting Austria in to help with that. Peenemünde 21. I don't know that I need the research slots. Yes, we've got that. Yeah, we'll do the Great Sky War. So it was a tragedy and a mess up of mine to get a whole division lost. I take the full blame for it. So now we have this guy at experience level 26, veteran. Well, currently it's combat modifiers plus 75%. And we're almost to level 27. So he is like a really kick-ass division, shall we say now. He's fully equipped. Currently, well, mostly 221s, all Panzer 1s, not Panzer 2s. Now what I can do here, I believe, and I don't normally pay too much attention to this, motorization priority. Select. No. Upgrade priority here. I don't know. Here, motorization priority. Now this is to get supplies. Not. Again, I normally don't worry about this. Now, is it more on the theater level here? Okay, we're gonna new theater. Okay. Equipment. Somewhere that maybe it's stand, last stand, force attack. I don't know. Somewhere you can set the priority for reinforcements or replacements here. Maybe it's here. Again, like I say, I'm showing my ignorance. I don't remember. But there's some... to try to get it to modernize. Or maybe it's just being back in Germany will do it. Now that we're no longer... Yeah, well, that's not updating that. That's the tab on the top. Okay. Top of what? Equipment details. Sorry to, okay, logistics, okay, logistics, there we go, we're in logistics, equipment type, yeah. Sorry. No, well, maybe I'll. Oh well. Deployment. Grades, high priority. Let's do that. That's maybe what I'm looking for. Okay. And we're, oh, we need to, well, I'm going to, because I'm going to at some point put Goring in charge, I believe. Let's start building another civilian factory here. Now, what we're also going to come do here is start building some Panzer IIIs. Okay, so now we're back, and I'm going to build another civilian factory. So now we're back to here. Rommel is still taking time to get there en route, 9 days. Okay, well, take some time. 7 days, we'll Great Sky War. Okay, so that air doctrine, so we'll improve some air doctrines there. Heavy fighter. Okay, well, what I still want to do is get this as soon as possible. So what we're going to do is come over here. And we're going to deploy this division. Not fully trained, which is not a good idea. And we're going to see if that... No. Let's just do these two. No. Okay, so we need to just like 2 more divisions. No, I don't want to wait. There we go. Now we can do this. We have enough men in the army and enough divisions on their border. And let's get this going. Now, historically, what sort of happens is, and I'm not going to go into too much detail here, is in 1933, when Hitler comes to power in Germany, a Nazi takes it into his head to assassinate the leader of Austria. Oh, bloody hell. Seyss-Inquart. I wanted to make sure it wasn't which one I was talking about. Seyss-Inquart gets assassinated. So the Nazi party is banned in Austria. You know, you sort of assassinate the prime minister, you get your party banned. We'll do the computing first, of course. And so that doesn't go well for the Germans, the Nazis. So, I think it's 1935, I believe. Hitler, who after Hindenburg's death, Hitler, of course, brings the offices of Chancellor and the office of the President over to one, merges the two. There's only sometimes a vice chancellorship under I just joined this series. Why pick? Okay, hello, Keenan Butler. Good to have you here. Well, it's a good mod. It is a mod that tries to be very historical. So it is a total conversion mod that's trying to make a more historically based game than the sort of standard versions of Hearts of Iron 4. So it is a competitor of like Black Ice for Hearts of Iron 4. So if you're looking for something that is historical, this is a good option. Not the only, not like I'm saying, it's fully, good. Okay, so now that we've got these guys to trained level, we'll exercise a little bit more. That's why I'm picking this mod, and it's recently sort of been updated for the more recent versions of Hoi 4. So, like I say, Vice Chancellor is only a sometimes position in the German government, and of course, the deal that gets Hitler into power is, Hindenburg approves it because there's no majority government for Germany in 1933. No one's clearly won the election. The Hindenburg's party is very much in the minority, but the left is highly fractured between the communists and the socialists, and there's some sort of, I forget the party name, some, liberal Democrat types is fractured. So there is not a clear majority. But the sort of largest party in the elections, not a majority, but the largest party is the National Socialists. Goering, I know I'm jumping around a bit, but Goering had been basically the speaker of the Reichstag. He had been, because of trying to get Nazi influence to support the nationalist government, to get generally get popular support, because Goering is, a popular ace, leader of the Flying Circus from World War I. All of those kind of conditions, he's been the speaker of the Reichstag, or the House, the Parliament, for some time, even though he, again, from a minority party. Hindenburg dies, Hitler consolidates the office, and at that time removes I blank on names just as I want to call him up. Franz von Papen, who had been chancellor before Hitler, who becomes Hitler's vice chancellor. So once Hindenburg is dead, the vice chancellorship office is gotten rid of, and that is in 1934. In 1935, I forget the exact date, Franz von Papen is a strong believing Catholic. I forget where he's from. I'm going to guess the south of Germany, but there's sprinklings of Catholics around other parts of Germany too. I don't know. So Franz von Papen, being a staunch Catholic, I believe a Knight of Malta, sort of a continuing, knightly order and other things like that, he is sent down as sort of special plenipotentiary, or whatever his exact title is, to Austria. His goal in being sent down to Austria ultimately is Anschluss, is unification between Germany and Austria. That is his goal. At first, he's working along the lines to just get the Nazi party unbanned. He does that. And you're probably hearing the sirens in the background. They're coming to get me. No, it's just the fire department. They're coming to put out my fire. Sorry, my NVIDIA broadcast stuff to get rid of the background sounds is, I'm in transition between computers and is going to be on the new computer, so sorry about the background noise. He gets the Nazi party back to being legal status. Political party uniforms are still banned in Austria and are banned until unification. though the SA does publicly appear, but not in what would be considered a uniform. But so they're operating in there, got them into the acceptable part. He just a few months prior to, I believe it is, prior to Anschluss, Franz von Papen gets a couple of Austrian Nazis to be part of the cabinet. I'm very leery of people's labels of governments or of political parties. Well, no, not Schuschnigg. Oh, no, not Schuschnigg, because he's the one who takes over. No, not Schuschnigg. Boy, not Schuschnigg, because he is, Schuschnigg is, I guess, and now that I'm remembering here, he, and I don't know that that's the right picture, is the Nazi leader in Austria. Wife's cooking again. Don't have a wife, but yeah, it would be nice to have someone cooking here other than myself. Oh boy, not Schuschnigg. I forget. Eggsingler or something. I forget. Who was assassinated? Sorry. But there's the Fatherland Front, and that's sort of the political flag of the Fatherland Front. The titles of like fascist is often pushed around a lot onto governments and parties that are not fascist. Franco was not a fascist, people. Franco was not a fascist. There were fascist members in the Nationalist Coalition. Franco is a nationalist. Franco is an authoritarian. Franco is a dictator. Authoritarians and dictators are not necessarily fascist. Now, they may have fascistic qualities to their government or their parties, but that doesn't make them fascism. Fascism is a particular thing. I'm not sure whether the Fatherland Front is really more of a nationalist coalition or more fascist. But they are an ultra-nationalistic Austrian political party, for sure. And that's more of a political party flag than any national flag. It is also, and one thing very different than the National Socialists or Nazis in, you are playing World Ablaze. Yeah, that's sort of, you can put the fire out. We're lighting the world ablaze here. Nazis are anti-Christians. Yeah, I know they sort of tried to create a pseudo-Christian church, but that was just a smoke front. Nazis are anti-Christians. Hitler's an anti-Christian. The Fatherland Front is very strongly pro-Catholic. So there is a right-wing divide in Austria between the Fatherland Front and the National Socialists. Because of the growing popularity of the National Socialist in Austria, Schuschnigg wants to hold a plebiscite, a national vote. Sorry if I know a lot of you guys are very informed about some of these, terms like plebiscite, but I see enough people that don't know terms, so I sometimes will probably over-define some stuff. Plebiscite to get a national referendum on should they, unify with Germany. What should happen? Now, of course, he's hoping that he will have a coalition of the Fatherland Front, which are nationalistic and anti-Nazi, particularly in the religious area, and also particularly strongly pro-Catholic. Got to remember, because yes, there is Bavaria, which is a predominantly Catholic state within Germany, but a lot of Austrians are going to see Germany as a Protestant, if you will, culturally viewpoint country, and they might not want to be dominated by a Protestant, Protestant government, Protestant whatever. And again, I'm not talking religion as much as I'm talking cultural viewpoints here. So he's hoping to get these people to vote for it, as well as to get, liberals, socialists, and communists to vote against Anschluss, because, of course, that would put the Nazis in charge. So he's trying to get a coalition of everybody to vote against unification. Now, Hitler doesn't want this to happen, because even though he may believe that Anschluss, which is popular in Austria, is going to win, it might not win very big. And you don't want to be going, oh, what, 54% want union? Well, what about the, 46% that don't want Anschluss? So Hitler does a military invasion of Austria. It is clearly a military invasion. Now, it is a peaceful invasion in that it is not opposed. No one is shooting guns. It is just an occupation, but it is a military occupation. He then, after getting in there and getting in control of everything, holds the plebiscite. But if you look at the, and I do for Third Reich events, have the voting sample of it. It's a, it's a simple sort of ticket, sort of like this kind of thing that, vote on, Anschluss, blah, blah, blah. Big circle here, check this off for support of Anschluss, Hitler, and, series of Nazi leaders. Small little circle, literally a big circle like this here. Small little circle is opposed. Now, my understanding is, now, I don't know, correct me if anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is somebody sort of, people are watching over your shoulder as you're ticking off either this big circle or this little circle and then putting it into the box. So people are paying attention as to how you're voting. To the best of my knowledge, now you don't assign your name to it, or anything like that, but they're watching. So, my understanding is they're watching. And it comes in at a highly in favor of Anschluss with that. So, and now this is, of course, the Hitler-controlled vote. So, I would not call it a free and fair vote. It is a controlled vote. There are multiple ones during the National Socialist regime. Definitely the one that happens in Austria is not, in my opinion, a free and fair. Let's do another fuel silo. There we go. Free and fair vote. And like I say, there's multiple ones going along at different points of the National Socialist regime, including a bit later than this. And yes, the Nazis always win, but it's always that good. I consider it completely unimportant who in the party will vote or how, but what is extreme, I'm reading what Lone Wanderer says, important is who will count the votes and how. Absolutely. It's that kind of thing. But if you look at it's they're sort of tick the boxes, support this, tick the big circle that's literally 4 or 5 times as large as the small circle. It's, if you had the power of your convictions, you can vote against whatever. And how do I put this? I don't know that it's going to hugely negatively impact your life if you're just some factory worker somewhere. I don't want to try to diminish that too much. But if you're trying to be any sort of civic leader, any sort of anything like that. Now realize, I think it was in 1936, getting ready for, May Day is really popular in socialist countries. The 1st of May, the workers' holiday, and the National Socialists really like, because they're socialists, like May Day. So they get together and do the Deutsches Arbeitersfront, the German Workers' Front, which is the National Socialist Labor Union, if you will, does a big reach out to mainly the socialist labor unions. Not the communism has already sort of been banned, but to the socialist unions. And again, I think this is in 1936. Reach out. Let's do a big German joint May Day celebration. The socialists and the National Socialists together. We're not going to divide ourselves by party lines. We're all going to do this together. Yay, have one big party for all of the workers. Workers, unite. All this kind of stuff. So they hold this big, super nationwide 1936 May Day celebration. One of the biggest May Days. Nazis always celebrate May 1st as one of their big holidays. Boom, goes off without a hitch. Big celebration. May 2nd, all of the Socialist Labor Union headquarters around Germany are raided simultaneously, and all of their records are seized, and most of the labor leaders are arrested the next day. Not May the 5th, not May the 7th, May the 2nd, the day after this big joint function. Now, probably most of the guys who were setting up the function, the joint thing, didn't know that the raid was planned for the next day, but this was all planned, high up to have this happen. So this is how, and people see this, is how the National Socialist regime reacts, how it acts, how it does. So when you have, and so they get all the all the records of who's members of the labor union, and yeah, there are a lot of people who were in whatever labor union later joined the Deutsches Arbeitersfront, the German Workers' Front. Certainly, you think they're going to get moved up in union, up the progression levels? No. Yeah, they might be able to join. Yeah, they might, be a member of the union, but they're not going to be leadership positions because they were formerly of some other, in some other union, and and whatnot. So the National Socialists are, have this reputation going on. So the mere fact that you can vote against the regime, there's going to be consequences to that. So you just have to keep that in mind whenever you're looking at any of these vote totals anywhere where the Nazis control the situation. So just keep that in mind. So whenever I or somebody else talks about it, okay. Now we have that one in development, but we've got to D1, though we may switch over to the Emil eventually, and we've got to better bombers. We're not going to wait for that. So let's come back over here. Let's come to here, and we're going to go to the D1. Okay, we've lost all. Now we might have been grinding up some improvement there. Okay, we're gonna wait for the next just 10 days. Here, let's see. We're going to go from the JU-86 to the Heinkel HE-111. Again, we're losing all of our thing now. Supposedly, and I'm not saying it's wrong, I just haven't experienced it. Going from the D1 to the Emil, the E model, will be just a minor bump in the road, as it were, or whatnot, in loss of efficiency. Let's How are we doing? Okay, we're still haven't caught up with artillery, and we're behind on trucks by 8,000. Wow. Okay, so we need a lot more trucks. How does that hold up? What? How will we get how do we get 8,000 trucks down? Was it? Oh. Well, supply trucks. Well, we're going to max out the trucks then. Okay, well, and we need... You probably motorized your logistics. That's it. That's it. Let me... That's it. I think I did. Where do I unmotorize my logistics? Here. Okay. It's this one, isn't it? Well, division designer. Okay. Oh, when designing divisions. I don't. I don't know. I may have clicked on something, but I don't think this is motorized. Truck 17. That shouldn't be 8,000 divisions if I'm, you know, 8,000 trucks. I don't have that many. Do you have motorized? Yeah, I have a motorized division in training here. Single one. Truck 700, but that's just one division. 700 trucks. That doesn't get you 8,000 trucks. And I have one Panzer division, which... Let's go back to default symbol here. Which is 300 trucks and plus. For each one, I have 3 of those divisions plus 1 in training. Upgrade, supply truck, supply. Oh boy. See if, well, here I'm seeing this is, and this is what I think you're talking about here, the horse here. And over here is the horse, motorization priority for railway gun. They're all, I think, are horses. 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 Huh. No, I don't know. Well, okay, let's support company and division designer. Well, these here are engineering. I haven't met a horse-drawn field hospital, horse-drawn logistics, recon. Yeah, no, horse-drawn logistics company here for the standard division. Oh, well, maybe, here. No, they don't have it for the Austrian divisions I just got. Schnell division. No, it doesn't look like it. I mean, those are just cavalry. Hello, Ghost of Death, or maybe it's just time to nuke Moscow. Well, yeah. Are you really secretly Arno? Hello, Ghosts of Death. How you doing? Glad to have you here. Yeah, I don't know what's triggered that. Okay. And invade Poland. Well, in time we will. Once we get to the. Well, we could do this, and we could do that. What is our current? 51%, which is hoping our construction speed. Plus, but I'm playing on Road to 56. Oh, it's been a while since I played that mod. Check supply. Okay. You're talking about here or yeah, it's been a long time since I played Road to 56. I should probably check that out again. Current supply of what you're talking here. I don't know. Okay, we've got Austria. Sudetenland, we need to have more divisions around, manpower, so we got to continue to spam out more divisions. So that'll be a little ways away. We've got Pact of Steel. We're researching that. Bloomberg Fritsch affair, we may put that off just a little bit more. Aeronautical funding. Yeah, we could do that. Where it shows supply 2%. Oh, up here. Okay, logistics fulfillment needed. Supply. Stockpiles. I don't see anything about trucks there. trains, yes. We could use some more trains. The top of the bar. Supply hub division. I think a supply hub. Oh, that could be. Did I somehow do that? Using trucks. Okay, well, this one's 250 trucks. Yeah, this wants huge amounts of trucks. So, capital supply hub here. They all want huge amounts of trucks. Yeah, trucks needed. So how do I turn that off? Okay, shift click to toggle motorization. Unmotorize. Okay. Okay, we're okay, so when I click here, okay, motorization level. Well, it says horses. Is it because of the Austria thing? Or maybe down here? No? Now it says I need 9,000. All these are... well, needing huge amounts of trucks. Changing the motorization level. Is there... did I somehow do it, or did something else affect... theater supply. Again, we're doing that. Perhaps an army has motorization priority. Ah, here it is. Here it is. Thank you. Okay, so that's how dangerous this is. I think it was just that one division that I had motorized supply priorities, even though it's up there. Okay, now we're back down to 1,000. Well, that's still a bunch, but not as wacky. So that one division. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Hey, thanks for following. Do appreciate it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll put the squeeze on them. I think it's maybe irrelevant, but we'll do that. All right, so we're continuing to build some more fuel silos. We got one there. Let's build one there. Well, that motorizing one division here, core, 10,000. That. Okay. Okay, now we're down to, because obviously we're pumping that out. And yeah, that's fine because, I mean, because we are trying to get, you know, an armored division there, a motorized division there. Okay, oh, we want to come here. We want to go up to JU-87B2, the Stuka, or one particular model of the Stuka. All right, so we've got that in production. Now we need more rubber. Okay, well, we've got a lot of our capability. Well, let's look here now. We are in 38. Let's come over here. We could do that, but it's fairly ahead of time. This is, but it's more reasonable to do now. Resource gain efficiency, which would be nice, and construction speed. Yeah, that's probably the one we'll do, even though it's rather ahead. But let's see here. We will look. Yeah, I think the Netherlands would be a good idea for trying to get some more rubber in. Now, aluminum, we probably can't. Well, we could react aluminum smelter. Good. That might get us enough aluminum. Now, tungsten. Eating up some of our Portugal. Oh, Sweden isn't giving us what they should be. So, let's stop that and let's get one factory from Portugal. That will hopefully, well, that, I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's do the airborne. You need 50 mils before Barbarossa, or 500 mils, I should say, 500 mils. Steel or military, these, yeah, military factories, yes. Hello, Sebastian, how you doing? Good to have you here. I have the SS, so I can kick down the Maginot Line like a, oh, okay. And that's with Road to 56, yeah. See, blame paradox, okay, yeah, blame paradox. We can just blame paradox. How many factories do I currently have? Need 500 military factories is what you're saying? Okay, well, right now I've got 158. Oh, good. I'm sure we'll get, now we'll get a bunch with Czechoslovakia in places, but all right. Why didn't that get me enough? It expanded some. Okay, well, there we go. All right, so we have enough resources for our current building projects, or military, you know, production. So, okay, we'll get these civilian ones completed here before we start switching over. Well, we've got steel mills, continue autarky. Okay, well, there's 4 more. And it's not a lot, I know, but still. Okay, basic of it. Gain stability, support here, 21 days, IG Farben. Now let's do this, because we're getting to where we're going to need more research. So let's do the research. Okay, how are we doing back here? I've sort of been ignoring my armored division. Let's attack. Rommel attack. We've got air superiority. Maybe we'll get some nationalists to join in. Right. Yeah, let's just now we could change, but I'm going to wait to get those civilian factories before changing over done, because this will be the last hurrah of Helmarschacht for the construction, because that reduces, so it'll be a 20% swing from positive for building civilian factories to negative. Worsening economy, yeah. Well, okay, well, I disagree with that. Not in the time frame that we're talking about. Let's give Dietel these additional mountain divisions so that we have a mountain core, as it were. Italy abandons the naval treaty. September 39. That's a long time off. Wow. Okay. Well, okay, medium tank chassis, medium tank, well, modern tank chassis now. Okay, yeah, let's go with Daimler. Okay, Peenemünde Research Center. Werner von Braun is making rockets, researching rockets, however you want to say that. He's sort of doing both. Eventually into real production, but at first it's, yeah, this is one that's worth doing. Research. God is powerful and fortune is changeable. Szymon Strzelецki to Charles X Gustav. Okay. Sorry, I'm butchering the names. But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, we're going to have those coming up soon. Yeah, let's do this now. All right, let's create another core here of the Austrian units that were... no, join this core. There we go. There we go, and I think Rendalik is new. We should get a bunch of, I don't know how well it works, but get a bunch of Austrian generals coming into the German army here. Hoppner, pause, okay. Well, yeah, we can do Reich now. You can go to Diedel's command. Hello, Holiday Punch. It never happened if you didn't at least have 5 million power on Rise of Kingdoms, but once you didn't use the Vikings in there. I don't quite understand that, Holiday Punch. Sorry. I don't play Rise of Kingdoms. Guys, any tips for fighting in North Africa? I've already lost manpower fighting Vichy France as US. Okay, supply. Supply. I don't know that it's a waste of time, but you're probably putting too many forces for the Americans, and they're probably, I'm just guessing here, they probably just don't have enough supply going on. Lose all of North Africa if you don't. Yeah. Let the Italians deal with it. They can hold out long enough. So, when I was playing recently in Hearts of Iron 3, I know it's a different game, but Britain was having huge supply problems. So when I was trying to put American forces to help the British out, they were being choked for lack of supplies. So, but when again, this is with Hearts of Iron 3, I know, when I did an American invasion and got, Morocco to be occupied by America, I was able to send in supplies, make sure you have enough ships sending in supplies, and with this game, make sure you supply hubs here, control the supply hubs, which you will see here and these other places here to supply your forces. And if you're coming in here, make sure you can get supply through the Straits of Gibraltar and into Algiers. And coming in this way. So supplies coming in, supply hubs to do that. That's, I guess, my best advice to you. And make sure you don't have too many forces eating the supplies. Well, or you could try invading, instead of going I'm strategically, Suzo. I study Sun Tzu, and I like the indirect approach. So instead of pushing straight for Germany, try to take out some of these do an invasion, take out some of these Italian islands, maybe invade Crete or something, which will get you make sure you get a port, make sure you're running supplies to the port, with ships. And if there's submarines that are killing your convoys or something, have air power going after the submarines to reduce that, and so that you're now hitting in different areas. Spain and Portugal create a Latin bloc, and you can conquer them if you go ahistorically. Yeah, you can. I normally don't like to go that. I'll try to port upgrades. Yeah, thinning the front lines out, which may mean for a while go defensive. Because I don't know how strong the Vichy France is. A good game or mod or whatever should have, once Americans show up, should have Vichy France immediately surrendering to you, just because that's historical, because they just don't have the will to fight. They don't have the want to fight, whatever you want to say. I could get into more of that in detail, but I would say, just basically they shouldn't be too much. Strategically decided to push one last time into the Soviets and get Moscow and let my supplies reach me. That didn't end well since the Soviets got prepared. Yeah, I'm gonna get nukes soon. Yes, nuke them all. Even though I already held Leningrad and Stalingrad. Yeah, well, I really want to play a good game, and hopefully this will be with an Eastern Front game with the new railway mechanic. I have not, quite honestly, played a proper German game. Yeah, I don't, if that's just a standard game, that's wrong in my opinion. Wrong. So, yeah. That's all I can say. The French barely fought. They did fight against the British in when they come into Syria, which was Vichy held. I mean, they fought battles until it was clearly, oh, hey, yeah, the other side's going to win. Well, we give up, or retreat. So, as soon as, and there were casualties on both sides. So it was, a real, battle. But once it was clear, one side or the other, which was normally the British, were going to win, the Vichy would give up. Same when Britain invades Madagascar, they come in and it's mostly just in the north where the battles are. They come in, invade, and because they're worried about, and there was talk about it, but no real action. Worried about Japan openly or secretly stationing submarines here. So Britain invades, and they'd already the Vichy France had already sent 12 R-35 tanks down, post the surrender, and reinforced the Vichy forces down here. And so there were some real battles, or real skirmishes, but as soon as it was clear one side was winning, a particular battle, either the Vichy would withdraw or they would surrender. That's just how it was going. And the reason they were worried openly or covertly is because Japan had occupied, in French Indochina without resistance. So, and now once the Americans fight, yeah, there's some real sort of battle or skirmish, however you want to say it, mostly around, Morocco, less around, the Algiers landings. But once they did that, Vichy just gives up, and particularly because once that happens, Germany occupies the rest of unoccupied France. So there's no point in being Vichy France anymore. Well, we're going to end the episode here. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. If you haven't already, of course, please hit the like button. We'll lick the like button and smash the subscribe button.